Hi there, hope you're doing well. It's Martin here, founder of Paradigm Shift, with another BPT video. We're going to look at ethics, tips and reminders for BPT ethics responses. So here are some of our top tips to get the BPT ethics marks every time. Given that ethics is the only topic that we know will be tested in the exam, it makes sense to prepare properly for this topic, which many candidates assume is an easy one and therefore they don't put much preparation time in. It's true that ethics is easier than some BPT topics, but it still requires careful preparation to make sure that you do what the examiners want and pick up as many marks as possible. First tip, use headings. Using headings will make things easier for the marker and will also help you develop a wider range of points. So always have headings which refer to the issues such as confidentiality, money laundering, falsification of tax returns, or whatever the issues may be, followed by a later heading of actions. You can use a heading of recommendations, but it takes just a little bit longer to write that word compared to actions. This ensures you both identify the ethical problems and provide clear advice on what to do about them. Next tip, use the scenario data. Avoid generic approaches. Try to avoid a generic or boilerplate approach, as the markers know you have access to notes, so anything that looks too much like copying out notes is not going to go down very well. Be specific. Always adapt any general reminders that you may have so that they are specific to the facts of the scenario in the exam. Next tip, look for more than one issue and avoid over-focusing on money laundering and terrorist financing. BPT questions usually contain more than one ethical issue. If there is a money laundering and terrorist financing problem, address it, but it's unlikely to be the only issue. In general, if you've only found one issue, whether MLTF or another issue, you should look again. From the 2022 syllabus onwards, you should refer to money laundering and terrorist financing, MLTF, rather than just money laundering for accuracy. Next tip, avoid an extreme or simplistic approach. Consider resolution options. First, consider whether there is a way to resolve the issue or the steps to take before resignation as an advisor. Evaluate intermediate steps. Explore all possible actions before considering resignation. Last resort. Do not assume that every ethics problem requires immediate resignation. Next tip, remember the 5 ethics threats. These can help you generate ideas and could also be used as headings, as we discussed earlier. Self-interest. This is when personal interests conflict with professional duties. Intimidation. This is when someone is pressured to act inappropriately. Self-review. This threat occurs when someone is reviewing one's own work. Advocacy. This threat occurs when someone promotes a client's position. Management. This involves the advisor performing management functions. In BPT responses, self-interest, intimidation and advocacy are more likely to apply. Try to discuss at least 2 threats where possible to show an awareness of nuances in the question and again to avoid that problem of just talking about a single issue that we saw earlier. Action subheading, general ideas. Discuss the matter with the client while avoiding tipping off. Confirm and substantiate all facts. Document discussions and the work undertaken. Consider relevant safeguards. Refer to the firm's ethics partner or another senior partner. Provide a balanced view, including strength of legal interpretation and disclosure requirements such as DOTAS. So on to our final tip, consider your role. Are you an advisor or are you an employee? So in the scenario, if you work for a firm of tax advisors, then you should be using language that refers to things like resigning the engagement or consulting the firm's MLRO. You can advise to follow firm-specific procedures and avoid tipping off. If your role, on the other hand, is as an employee at a company, you should refer to resigning your employment rather than resigning the engagement. You can't really talk about the firm's MLRO, so you should instead refer to whistleblowing procedures and also avoid tipping off when using those procedures. So avoid mixing up the language for the two roles, as it shows a lack of tailoring to the scenario and you'll drop marks. The scenario information provided will lean towards one role type depending on the question exhibit information, so always adjust your response to suit the exam context. That's it for this video. Hope you found it useful. Please check out our other BPT videos and also our videos for the other ACA modules. And best of luck with your preparations.